Good morning, everyone. So today I'm bringing an exciting project that will shape the future, hopefully, of the R&T landscape in Hong Kong and in the Greater Bay Area. So my name is James. I'm the Senior Manager of Ecosystem Development at Hong Kong-Shenzhen Innovation and Technology Park. The park, which is the Hong Kong Park on this map. The Hong Kong Park, opposite the river of the Hong Kong Park, is the Shenzhen Park. And these two parks forms into one cooperation zone, which is what we call Hetao Science and Shenzhen Hong Kong Science and Technology Innovation Cooperation Zone. So what's special about this zone and what's special about the Hong Kong Park? The Hong Kong Park, in the recently announced development outline from the Hong Kong government, is going to do four key things. We are bringing together all the research and R&D development resources from national key laboratories, the Joint Lab, Inno Hong Kong 2.0, the InnoLife Health Tech Hub. So all these resources together with the industry, with academia, and research to provide a platform for these resources to come together. And in addition, we are providing R&D transformation and pilot base for those industries in life science, AI, and high-end manufacturing. This is the two key elements that's in the direction so far. And the third one is around we are pulling together a global network of technology resources, including capital, talent, infrastructure, and professional services investors. So all these global resources come into one place. And lastly, there will be, where you'll see the big words, cross-boundary, new and innovative cross-boundary policies coming into effect in our park and the Shenzhen Park. So there are four areas of these innovative policies, which includes the flow of people, flow of data, materials, and the flow of capital as well. So for example, the flow of personnel basically allows people working in Shenzhen or living in Shenzhen, they can come to the Hong Kong Park and work and then return to Shenzhen to live, providing that convenient cross-border customs and clearance. What we'll use is around pre-registration or contactless customs to facilitate that merger. And there will also be 2 footbridges building each side of the Hong Kong Park to connect to the Shenzhen side, really achieving that cross-border flow of people. Another example is the cross-border flow of data. So the mainland, just use life science and technology as an example. The data from the clinical trial data from China can come to our park for research purposes, and also the overseas data from the industry can come to our park, which basically can be an attractive point for those pharmaceutical companies to come to our park to access the mainland China clinical trial data. So this is going to be a dedicated zone for these innovative policies, which we haven't seen before between Hong Kong and the mainland collaboration. So it's going to be an exciting area to keep an eye on. And we're focusing on six key industries. So life science and technology, AI and big data, new energy, new material, microelectronics, and robotics. We're not focusing on any particular industry on its own. And you can see, for example, in medical devices, these industries actually intersect with each other. So it covers life science and health technology, a bit AI elements, microelectronics, and a bit of robotics. So similar to AI, where it applies to all industries. So when we open our programs, I'm sure there will be a group of companies covering all sectors coming to our park to create that ecosystem together. And we are having a 10-year development target. So end of this year, our park will be in full operations with the first 3 buildings completed already. Our programs for funding startups and supporting startups will be in operations as well. And so it's actually going to be launched in the next 2 to 3 months. So I'll cover it later. By the next 5 years, by let's say 2030, we'll form an initial ecosystem of those clusters that we just seen, like life science, AI. In addition, we'll have a agreement or kind of a collaboration mechanism with the Shenzhen side. So the cooperation zone's benefit will start to appear. And by 2035, we'll achieve a vision of this cooperation zone, which is to become an international R&T hub for talents, for capital, and for technology innovation. So we are in full speed to achieve that mission. Our park is developed into 2 phases. Phase 1, as I mentioned, the first 3 buildings has just to be completed, and in around Q2, we'll start to hand over to the tenants in our park. And then out of the 3 buildings, there is also a talent accommodation, which I'll show some pictures later. And the remaining 5 buildings will be ready in 2027 and 2028. And then that's the batch 1 for phase 1. We have batch 2 and 3, which will be ready in terms of public and private partnership format. So the land parcels will be tendered out for corporates and developers to bid for those land use. So this is also an exciting area where there's a lot of flexibility, and we can leverage the private sector in developing the ecosystem and the buildings in our park. And you see the footbridge across the river that connects to the Shenzhen directly. It's around 200 meters. So once it's been built, people from Hong Kong and Shenzhen can actually achieve same-day working in multiple locations. And paired up with those 4 innovative policies around cross-boundary movement, and this is achievable into a very collaborative cooperation zone between the 2 cities. And the park will be also developed into functional areas. So as you can see on this chart, the top green side, which is the life and health technology zone, the pink side is the AI and data science zone, and the purple side on the new technology and advanced manufacturing zone. And these 3 zones are actually aligned very well with the Shenzhen Park, their priority clusters, as well as the Hong Kong R&T blueprint launched by the Hong Kong government. But in addition to the industry, we also have talent accommodation area, the urban living area. Basically, we are trying to have, for example, the hospitals, international schools, to create a living environment for around 52,000 people to live and work in our park. And this is the current picture of our park's development. As you can see, we're at the early stage. But last week, we just had a topping ceremony of our buildings, which is building 8 and 9, 2 wet labs, but can also be used as offices. And building 11 has already been completed last year, end of last year, as a talent accommodation. And this is a picture of the current talent accommodation. And one exciting initiative we're going to undertake from tomorrow, and we actually work with Jumpstarter to design a 2-day experience program. And we invited around 60 startups and guests to join us in our park. And then we do a 2-day program. We'll bring them to Shenzhen as well to see how the life of this cooperation zone will look like. In addition to the buildings and our park's facility, there's also the infrastructure and the transportation connecting to our park. As you can see, the park is strategically located at the boundary of Hong Kong and Shenzhen. And you'll see an extent, at the moment, there is a road connecting directly to our park on land, which you can travel to our park through from Hong Kong. But as we open our park, there will be a new road, we call it Direct Link, being built from the Lomachou MTR station to our park. So that's around 700-meter road that we will provide shuttle services. So once you cross the border, cross the boundary from the Futian port to the Hong Kong side, you can then exit to get on that shuttle bus to come to our park. Really convenient especially for corporates who want to or startups who want to access the R&D talent from Shenzhen. And there will be also MTR lines. There is a station going to be in our park and connecting direct to the Shenzhen side, which really create this cooperation zone facilities more comprehensive. And we are not just building parks, we are also building an innovation ecosystems. So far, we've been negotiating and discussing various partnership deals with different ecosystem partners. And out of these 70 plus partners, they've already committed discounts up to 50% to our startups or technology companies in our park. And they together offer around 100 hours free consultation or workshops covering topics around company incorporation, taxation, investment, and other areas around AI, life science services, totaling up around 100 hours. We use this aggregated purchasing power to basically negotiate with these different ecosystem partners so that they are committed to support the startup growth in our park. So an example is a few kind of service providers who already committed to build a laboratory or institute or platform in our park. The one I want to highlight is the South China University of Technology. They will set up a medical device certification institute in our park so that really the company, the medical devices technology companies in our park can go through this institute to get the compliance-ready certification from the China NMPA, and then so that they'll be able to do clinical trials in the mainland section. So really we want to bring the convenience to our park so they don't need to do the same thing twice when they consider the China market. In addition to these service providers, out of our different partners, we are also creating, for example, co-creation programs. One of the partners basically opened up 150 companies, scenarios or use cases to our companies in the park. So they'll fund our company up to a total of 10 million Hong Kong dollars to conduct POC trials, to do proof of concepts with their group of subsidiaries. So we are not just helping the company doing research, but also help them identify market opportunities and go to market together. The way we do that also paired up with our incubation programs. And we have 3 programs owned by our park itself, but we are actually asking or inviting the world-class operators, incubators, and industry leaders to run them for us. So the first one is what we call Spin at HSITP. This program is about bringing your idea into a business plan. It's a small funding around 10,000 Hong Kong dollars, 100,000 Hong Kong dollars for the period of 1 year to basically turn your ideas into a business plan. Then the second one is Spin at is Ignite as HSITP, and this is an incubation program that lasts for 4 years for life science technology companies and 2 years for the other sectors. And this is basically by having a prototype. We want to support you with funding and the network to support you to get to the market. And that's the Ignite program. And then we have the Gas at HSITP, which is slightly later stage than Ignite. So Ignite is around seed to pre-series A, and the Gas is slightly later. So it's, again, 4 years for life science and health technology, and 2 years for the other sectors. And the purpose is for those companies to expand their markets. So in total, a company can get up to, for biotech companies, they can get up to 12 million Hong Kong dollars over the support from us. And that's around 1.5 million US dollars. And for the non-life science companies, they'll get a total of 4 million Hong Kong dollars over the course of our support. And in total, it's around 0.5 million US dollars. So we are not just providing the resources, the programs, and our network of ecosystem partners, but also we're providing funding and reimbursement for the companies when they use professional services, when they seek for fundraising, when they go overseas for demos and exhibitions. So it's a full end-to-end support. And we are launching these programs in the next month or 2. So please keep an eye on it. If you are interested in those programs, you can scan this QR code and get yourself onto our database, and then we'll notify you when we start our recruitment. And in the meantime, if you want to become part of our ecosystem partnership, you can also log your interest here, and then we'll be in touch to see what kind of collaboration can we come up together to support the technology companies in this cooperation zone and in this area. So finally, we are at a very early stage of a R&T evolution. So we want to invite the partners, investors, professional services, and technology companies to work together towards that vision. And that's not just the companies from Hong Kong, but also from mainland China and overseas. And together, I believe we can achieve this vision of an international R&T hub. So thank you very much for your time and listening.